Thought you were going to tell some jokes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Not Dravo, because he's stuck in traffic.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he put it in the chat anyway.
Oh, Dravo, you're...
Sorry, Dravo. Oh, he's actually in there. I think. Is he here? I'm sorry if you are. It's just a joke.
No, it's not. Hey, we'll unmute you as well, Dravo. Actually, that's funny because my dad's actually driving right now to Lansing as well. So, but thank you, everybody, for taking the time out today. I know that 12 noon Eastern time is probably not the easiest for everybody in the U.S., but we did want to get our good friends across the pond ample time. We're going to host a Twitter space later tonight on EverReflect's Twitter as well, so that everybody will be able to get some updates on there. But this will all be recorded. So we'll give it a couple more minutes, but just wanted to do an intro. My name is EJ. I am the team lead for EverReflect, which will also now encompass EverTix or EverReflect ticketing NFTs that we are so pumped, so excited that we'll be able to release today. We have a bunch of surprises. If anybody's looked through the agenda for today's AMA, there's quite a few things that we'll cover. We also have Sir Noodles in the house, aka Danny, who has joined the team as one of our premier devs. I would like to call him top notch. He is trying to get recruited by all the top agencies around the world, and we're not letting him go. He is ours. You can't have him. And but also a shout out to Manuel, Feisty Squirrel, a few of the other devs, Manuel especially, because he's in our Slack conversations every day, doing a ton of stuff for migrations for servers and everything that we've released over the last few weeks. But Sir Noodles himself has been a godsend. He will be on this AMA today going over a few things. So without further ado, it looks like that we have a pretty good group here in the room. I will go ahead and start sharing my screen, and screen two that everybody should be able to see. I don't think I need to share the audio. Can you guys see that? Can you see that?
Yep, we can see that.
So what I will do is I will start going through the process of this agenda. The website is EverTix, so EverTix.io. It is now live. There are going to be a number of features that we will take you through. First and foremost, the concept of just purchasing a ticket. So bringing live events to the moon, live event, NFT ticketing made easy. We do have a number of categories, timeframes. You can search by location, you can search by pricing, just a number of things. One of the first events that will be going live on sale tomorrow will be the Bay City Rib Fest, which is formerly known as the Lavity Pig Gig. They are bringing that event back this year. So that will be in Bay City, Michigan. Tickets for that go on sale tomorrow at 9 a.m. Another convention that we have that we will be selling tickets for, but the on-sale date has not been announced, is Tango Cryptos Convention in Orlando, Florida, which will be taking place in October. And we also have the option for something special that Noodles put together today. So people have the opportunity that if you can't attend any of these events, depending on your location, but you did want to participate in being one of the first to buy an EverReflect, an EverTix NFT ticket, you can sign up. These are pretty cool. So these EverTix launch event tickets are for basically today only. They will obviously never be minted again. There will be 50 of each category at a very reasonable price of just $10 for a general launch NFT and $25 for a VIP ticket. Give people the opportunity to go through and test out the platform. These NFTs do come with some utility. Later on, as many people know, we will be hosting a Unite DeFi convention targeting for Detroit in summer of 2023, and also the EverReflect Music Festival that I think everybody at this point kind of knows that I've been in events for a while, and this is a huge passion of mine, is just music in general. And that'll be based in Michigan as well, hoping to bring it to Lansing, Michigan next summer, sometime in the spring, summer, or fall timeframe. I guess we can negotiate if it should be alternative music or if it could be country music. I know that there's probably going to be a lot of issues with the genre, and people will probably give me a hard time if I try to bring in country artists. So we definitely will bring in a few country artists, but we'll also targeting alternative music. The VIP tickets, which are $25, will actually give you access to one of those events in the future. So for $25, you basically will have access to either the convention or access to the music festival taking place next summer. The general GA ticket, which is $10, will basically be a voucher to give you a discount for either one of those events that are taking place as well. There's only 50 of each. So with that being said, these 50 tickets that have already been minted, they will be airdropped. These are some flashy gifts that Noodles has put together to show off what the NFT ticket will look like. So this is the general admission. This is what the VIP will look like. And these will appear in your BSC wallet. So what I'll do now is I'll go through the process of showing everybody. We'll give away one of these. I'll buy one of these general admission NFT tickets. If you do end up purchasing one of these tickets as well, we will also airdrop you the some EverReflect tokens. We haven't decided if it was going to be the actual amount of the value of USD that you spend for $10 EverReflect or $10 or $25 EverReflect, but there will be an airdrop of EverReflect tokens that come with the purchase of these. So let me take you through the process. You'll basically click through, show the two options, 50 tickets available. This one has already had one, but if you wanted to start over, just exit out. I will buy one $10 ticket. And then you'll see that there's some fees that will end up coming along with the processing. Basically, this is going to end up covering our maintenance of the site. There will also be the EverReflect buyback and burn, which will be incorporated. Approximately $1 from every ticket will go into a buyback and burn function. It doesn't really matter the price of the ticket. If the ticket's higher in price, then the opportunity to be able to buy more EverReflect buy and burn will increase. But guarantee that there will always be at least $1, no matter the ticket price. These are only $1, so it's pretty easy. EverTix. IO, EJ at EverTix.io. You put in your phone number. You put in an address. Drive. Now the next option, because we want to make this simplistic as possible for people that are not associated with the cryptocurrency, with BSC scan, with NFTs in general, there is an option of either accepting the NFT in your BSC wallet or not. In this case, what we'll do is that we'll click yes. We do, in fact, want to put in our BSC address. I will open up a wallet and copy that. And you'll throw in your BSC wallet. I have read the terms and agreement. Click submit. It will ask for some additional information just for the billing. In this case, we'll just throw in, we're in Lansing, Michigan. Now at the checkout is going to accommodate two different types of purchases, basically, like we've said from the beginning, that you can either purchase with fiat, which a majority of these tickets will be sold with fiat, and then that fiat, the portion will get converted over into crypto. The main reason that we're beginning with a credit card, debit card option is basically because most of the event planners in the world that sell their tickets want to receive their in their native currency or the fiat currency for that country. So in the case of like RibFest and Bay City, those event planners want to have direct deposits of US dollars. In the case of a few crypto specific, we can also pay out in BUSD, or we will convert that BUSD. So like with Tango, those guys are cool with accepting BUSD because of the fact that they operate in the crypto space all the time. And in this instance, so the total ticket price for a $10 ticket with fees, processing fee, which will also handle the minting and the blockchain gas. It'll also cover any of the credit card fees if you do end up purchasing with a credit or a debit card. But we are going to pay with the crypto wallet. So I will proceed with that payment option. It'll bring up a connect wallet option. I'm using MetaMask. And then there's only one currency. So the current conversation has gone that we are going to accept BUSD stablecoin, primarily because of where the markets are, primarily because if we wanted to start accepting EverReflect, which we will in the future for the purchase of these tickets, it would have to sell against the chart. So we don't want that option at this current time. We want to make sure that it's only coming in a very stable BUSD coin. You can confirm the payment. It'll open up your MetaMask wallet. $12.81 of BUSD. I will confirm that purchase. So you get the blockchain verification code. It'll take another second to process. But the beauty of this is that not only did you pay with hopefully the wallet that you indicated that you want your NFT, but we will also receive that wallet address on the back end with the crypto purchase so that we know, all right, this is where we're going to end up sending the NFT ticket as well. When that does all take place, however, you can go and check your emails and you will see that your EverTix order is now complete. Thank you, EJ, for purchasing, your processing. Here's your order number, the date, address, all the processing fees, how you paid the payment, the billing address. It also gives you a high-res version of that QR code, which you can use to check in at the venue with our scanner. And it also gives many people want to have the PDF version still. So even though you'll have an NFT version ticket in your wallet, this is just kind of a backup to know, okay, here's the receipt of my purchase. Here's the QR code so I can get in if need be. So that's all sent to your email. So that basically is the exact same process of purchasing if you ended up doing it with BUSD or if you ended up doing it with fiat. The difference being is that you just put in your debit or credit card. We accept all major credit cards, and that'll get processed through on the back end the same way, but everybody will receive that PDF. As long as we end up having a BSC wallet to connect it with, you could buy with fiat, put in that BSC wallet, and we'll send the NFT ticket to that BSC wallet. So those are the two versions. Kind of went over what tickets will be going on sale coming up. So RibFest obviously starts tomorrow. The launch event tickets are available now. Tango Crypto, once we get announcements from when they want to put tickets on sale, those will be going live. The other aspect of our platform that we wanted to ease of use for patrons, right, for people that want to attend the event. The other aspect is for those people that want to also sell tickets. So if you're an event planner or say a festival organizer, any of those things, you could also create your own event. The back end component of our ticketing platform allowing event planners to sell and set up their own events is pretty incredible. In this case, you would see that I have one listing so far. That one is for the RibFest that has already been published. If I wanted to create another event, I would just go through this entire process. I can name this, so we'll call it Noodles Palooza. Select the category. Obviously, this is going to be a concert. Select the time zone. Select the price. Is it free, high, low, mid? You can go through job titles. You can go through the time of day. You can add additional tags that there will also be, let's see, paintball and live dancing. You can fill out your description, the physical location, the name of the venue. One aspect with Google Maps, if anybody's familiar with the Google Maps, that it will show up on the ticket site for your event. They sometimes will ask for longitude and latitude that you can get by just filling in basically the full address. If there's any issues for any of that kind of stuff, you can certainly reach out to us. Image feature, gallery, if you want to embed any links for YouTube or for Vimeo. If you'd like the header to be a gallery versus just a still image. To come back up to the top, this is where you'll select what kind of tickets that you're going to be selling. You can also add an additional tax onto your tickets. So even though event planners will receive the full amount of their face ticket price, we're only keeping the fees that are on top. They could also increase the percentage on that ticket so that they can make some additional revenue. You can set in your calendar if you want to offer any coupons. Staff members, which we'll get into a little bit later. These are the staff members that will be a part of your team that will give access to the QR code scanners. It's a separate app that you would have to download from either the Google Play Store or from the Apple Store if you ever wanted to cancel the bookings. So there's a lot here as far as creating your own event. We do have live chat support that we'll show in just a second, but this is the whole bookings page. You register your own account. You can create your own wallet for deposits. So once anybody basically ends up wanting to have their payout, you have to set your payout method. That can also be set with a bank. That can be set with PayPal. And then if you're also an event planner that wants to be paid in crypto, in BUSD stablecoin, we will also have to get that additional information from you when you create that account for your wallet. You can put together different packages, but there's a lot of obviously content and info here. These are the three packages that we're offering currently for all festival sellers of tickets. The default, the business, and the company. As of right now, we're charging the same fees across the board for everybody. We are not actually charging for any of these packages. As the platform grows and as we sell more tickets and more people are registering their events, we will probably go through a process that to have the business account annually, it'll be like $30. To have the company account, maybe $100, based on kind of the Craigslist effect, right? That if we end up getting a lot of people that are registering unsolicited events that aren't potentially real, we will probably start charging for a package so that people can just make sure it's valid. You also, I can go back to that really quick. As somebody that's selling the tickets, it's, for example, like with your listings, and if you ever wanted to manage any of the content from your event, you can come in to the back end. It'll show you metrics and analytics in regards to sales, the number of tickets you have available. It also ends up showing an export of all of the attendees and all of the QR code numbers, all of the information as far as their email, all of their addresses, any of the things that you want to have as an event planner to know which patrons are attending your events. So that is all available on the back end when you want to export those CSVs. I can now go back to the front. One quick aspect of what we're doing with this entire page that Manuel has built out is that you have the option to embed the tickets. So if anybody's familiar with Expoverse right now, that I'll be attending in LA, that they're using Eventbrite currently. So, but if you go to the Expoverse website, they have an embedded option for purchasing the tickets on their website. So we will have that embed option for your specific website, similar to what they'll do with RibFest. One other aspect of the main site as a whole, like the options at the top for creating your account, for managing your tickets, for searching for events. There might be some confusion, so we have set up live chat support. This will be manned 24 hours, 7 days a week. So you can basically just put in, would like to see a pic of noodles. It'll ask you for your email, EverTix.io. So sign up for the newsletter if you so choose. And then this will give you basically instant access to someone on our team that'll handle the customer service aspect if there's any questions about registering for a ticket, where is my ticket, how do I sell a ticket, all of those things so that you can get into quick live support that we will be attending. So that has taken me through the first 6. I know that I'm talking a lot and going pretty rapidly. So right before we go on to some of the app aspects of this website, has there been any questions so far? Maybe even from the team or from anybody? I'll scan really quick. This will also be recorded, posted to YouTube, Twitter, and to Discord. So with that being said, we'll go over the app releases. And Danny, if you wanted to pop in, I could bring up those screens and we can show the options for...
Hello.
What up, my friend?
Not too bad. Hope everyone's having a good Friday.
Kind of blew through a lot of information really quick right there. I know that
yeah, I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you do it. My throat would be ripped out of me.
I think there'll probably be more aspects that come up, but we did want to create this like a standard Ticketmaster or Eventbrite or Regbox that people are accustomed to. I want to buy my tickets fast, but I want to get them in hand and I want to be able to attend the event. Simple, easy, easy.
Nice and easy. So the app pretty much just goes exactly like the site does. Essentially, it's just the site in an app on your phone along with the NFT viewer built in too. So that NFT viewer will only show EverTix NFTs. There is only contracts that we put in that we've allowed, it'll show those NFTs for. So that's built in, and then the scanner is for the staff management at the venue. They log in with all their credentials that's given to them by their event creator, and they will log in, and then they can scan away. So that's the two of them. Both of them are on the iOS App Store right now. They got approved this morning, actually, to go on.
We did think it was going to come for a couple of weeks. So
yeah, I was expecting it to be longer, but hey, Android on Google Play, they're still processing the reviews, so hopefully by next week, they'll be on. There's also a third app that is in development, which is an EverReflect hub, which is basically EverReflect everything in it. So you've got the live chart, you've got a global NFT viewer, which is for all chains. You can buy EVRF. You can go to Ever NFT. You can go to EverTix through it as well. There's loads. Did I send you the link for that one, EJ?
Yeah, so... You're talking about the NFT viewer itself?
The third app, the EverReflect app itself, as well.
You did, but I didn't open up that screen. My bad.
I guess you guys are going to have to wait to see that one. But that's still, at this moment in time, being reviewed as well. They're all early versions, so they'll be updated as needed, but they're all functioning, all working. They've been tested meticulously. So, yeah, nice little addition to the whole ecosystem that is going on.
Yep. Yeah. And so Danny is a very humble man, and he doesn't take nearly the credit that he should, but all of this app development stuff couldn't have been done without him. He has worked tireless hours, seriously, to be able to make sure that this stuff was submitted and into all those Google Play and App Stores prior to. One aspect that I do want to highlight with our NFTs. So the way that we mint our NFT is that when you look on BSE Scan, you will always see that it's a verified EverTix NFT, right? Well, as we all know, that there's a lot of forgeries and a lot of scams that go on as far as BSE. It's not that hard to be able to make a similar named token or a similar named NFT, and potentially even to just completely counterfeit and take basically the imagery or take the name and create your own. What we have developed with the help of the other amazing dev, that Feisty Squirrel that I had mentioned, that he's built with Danny, is the ability to have our NFT viewer, which will be in the EverReflect ticketing app or the ETix app, that it will only connect to our NFTs. That is the one critical factor starting out as this security will continue to grow. But if you're using our app, you have to use the app as the scanner for check-in if you're the event promoter. If you're an attendee, you have to use our app or have the PDF printed out version that you bring in to check in. It will only show our NFTs for our contract for our EverTix NFTs. So to kind of highlight that really quickly, I will connect this specific wallet. it just shows this image of Labadee Rib Fest. It shows that I am the owner of 2 of these NFTs. Closer to the event day, we will also send the QR code that will allow for check-in with our NFT app, but we will not release the QR codes onto the blockchain until right before the event. In the case of these tickets, you can see that in this same wallet, I have multiple NFTs, but only the Ribfest NFT ticket. This is obviously just a generic version of what our tickets look like, but the imagery itself will only be able to be scanned at the event with our scanner. That scanner is also available on the Apple Store, and as he had said, getting approved for Google Play. So that's a lot, basically, to wrapped up in a very short period. But in essence, the event planner will have the scanner that they'll be able to check in those patrons that are coming to the event. Going back to when I said that you would have different role members or admins on your account that you create on EverTix, those will give those people access. Anybody can download the app, but not everybody can have access to your event information through the event scanner. The same thing with this app. The only way that you can bring up your tickets in that specific wallet to check in will be through the NFT viewer portion of the app. And then that will make sure it's only bringing up our contract addresses, and anything else that's going to be either nested or any other QR codes that'll be attached to that NFT can only be viewed through this EverTix app. So it will be a critical factor of when you buy a ticket, you are going to want to end up getting this EverTix app to be able to check in. With that all being said, I can go back to the main website. So we will drop this into the chat right now, just so that, and I'm guessing that a number of people have already probably looked at this website, or at least have a good idea of what the URL was. So it's evertix.io. One thing I do want to highlight that is a bit different from the typical utilities of BSC tokens, especially reflection tokens. You know, we're living in kind of that merger of, we want adoption of the utility versus, the buy of the token. We're trying to merge those two together as much as possible by giving a utility that more people will end up wanting to utilize because they want to attend an event. It's irrelevant that you're dealing with blockchain. It's irrelevant that you're dealing with EverReflect. It's irrelevant anything other than the experience. The experience is why you're buying the ticket. The experience is the reason that you want to buy wherever the ticket's being sold. It wouldn't matter if it's EverTix. It wouldn't matter if it's Eventbrite. It wouldn't matter if it's Ticketmaster or RegFox. And then we'll also continue to keep increasing kind of our visibility in the space. And the way that we're going to end up doing that is going to a number of these specific events that are for either NFTs to be able to get ourselves onto the NFT map. So that's why I brought up NFT Expoverse that'll be taking place in the end of July. One of the biggest NFT conventions. As of right now, I've been asked to come out and potentially speak on our NFT tickets. I should have that announcement coming out pretty soon, what day, what time, and all that kind of stuff taking place, but to basically spread the love of EverTix. The other aspect is that a lot of people know that I work in the festival industry here in the state of Michigan. For our association, we have about 500 festivals here for Michigan alone. These associations are spread across the entire country. So our strategic plan with EverTix is to be selling it as a ticketing site. Yes, it does incorporate blockchain technology. Yes, it does incorporate NFTs. However, it's a standard ticketing site if you just want to sell tickets and just have your patrons use PDF versions of QR codes that can also be sent to their Apple wallets, that can also be opened in their email, that they can also scan in with their phones. We want to make that merger not so much that it's so great, but that it's very ease of use for everybody. We want these patrons and we want these festival planners to be able to know, okay, I use this site because it's reliable. I use this site because the fees are low. I use this site because the option for people to get the NFT is a cool option. It's something that we, you see it in a lot of like the upcoming kind of type music festivals like Coachella, that they're already selling NFT versions of their posters. They're selling NFTs through different conduits to promote the festival. but not necessarily using it as ticketing yet. So we're really launching this. The initial white paper said that we wanted to release this in third quarter of 2022. Technically, third quarter doesn't start, obviously, until after July. So we're releasing this now, May 20th, ahead of schedule, the second quarter. We will be taking this kind of on the road. So not only NFT Expoverse, I have every intention to also visit Texas for the International Festivals and Event Association's annual convention, where we will kind of what people see at a lot of these crypto shows, but we're doing it for the festival organizations. EverTix has joined as a member at the Michigan Festivals and Event Association. Obviously, there's some correlation there because I work there. But we are very well connected with the Festival Association in Florida, Texas, where the International Festival would be taking place, and then also California. So the reason that we're targeting those three is they're three of the largest in the country. California obviously has a lot of tech, and a lot of the event ticketing sites such as RegFox, Event Hub are already based in California. Florida, it goes without saying, it's because I'm close friends with the festival director of the association there. And then Texas is another big one that they host a ton of events. They're on the forefront of a lot of things. Looking at like South by Southwest. It's also the home state for Clear Channel, and it's also the home state for Live Nation. So the plan is to spend some time in Texas. We also have some relationships with Kansas City and North Carolina, but out of the gate, it'll be Michigan Festival Association, Florida, Texas, California. We'll continue to keep growing that. We'll continue to keep being listed as basically preferred ticketing vendors on those websites for those associations, because that's where a lot of these event planners, a lot of these festival promoters go to get new information. That's where you find out about a RegFox or a Sapphire that are already in the space that we're going to basically be sharing shoulder to shoulder with a lot of those companies. If you're an event planner, you probably have heard of those options. If you're not, then it probably just sounds like foreign gibberish. But those are the other, I guess you could say, colleagues that we'll have in this space. So similar to what we're doing with our token for EverReflect, having strategic alliances with Meta BUSD Coin, BUSD Buffet, Nobility, Metabolic, Brew Labs, et cetera, right? Great projects, great established companies. That's what we're doing with EverTix. So EverTix will have that alignment with the RegFoxes, the Event Hubs, and the Sapphires of the world, because those are the ones that in that space, in that industry, they're highly respected. They're used by a lot of festival and event planners. And with that, pretty long-winded. If there's any questions, I know we ran through that in about 33 minutes, even though it felt like it was probably about 5 minutes for me and Noodles. But do we have any questions in the crowd? If you want to raise your hand, or if you're any of the admins or mods that you want to unmute. Oh, I heard somebody that.
EJ, I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
So regarding the NFTs, like I know some events, like say Comic-Con,
Yeah.
they're gonna have some events where like, okay, the NFTs could become pretty interesting, as in like buy a Batman NFT, a ticket, or is there gonna be an option where you can select an NFT for the event as well as the QR code?
So that the NFT is specific to the ticket level? Is that what you're kind of referring to? Or
I mean, it could be that. It could be that. It could be like the VIP ticket. You get a Batman NFT.
Yeah.
To get to the Comic-Con.
Well, this kind of opens up that whole, which is an amazing part about like NFTs in general. This opens up that whole can of worms that we talk about with Meta Captain all the time. He was giving me a hard time about calling them smart NFTs, but what he's talking about is basically nesting NFTs and creating an NFT as a basket. I love the way Charged Particles on the AMA last night, I brought them up that Mango from Charged Particles does a great explanation of nesting, whether that's tokens or it's nesting other NFTs within the NFT. So this opens up with that metadata and with the nesting, a whole bunch of other options that you can use later on. And then the other aspect about this is like we're into, the NFT marketplace. Like, for example, EverNFT, if you go to our marketplace, everybody can go there, make your own NFT for like a few cents, 40, 50 cents. And then you can sell or you can auction off that NFT just on the EverReflect NFT marketplace. This is opening up other avenues of like us doing the mass minting like we just did with the launch tickets today. Mass minting, nesting, being able to also customize it with CSVs, so that going back to what Sailorman, who's on our board of directors, brings up about the rarity of a lot of these NFTs. So that will be another component that as we kind of progress and we can continue to keep refining this foundation and this platform, it opens up all those options. And I guarantee, yes, for say like a Comic-Con, what we would do is, you'll do a mass mint, but as opposed to the standard, very basic in essence of what we've created for these first initial NFTs, we start getting into the game of what like Meta Captain's doing with his with all of his NFTs, where every single one is unique, every single one has different attributes, and all those different attributes can then be minted as one unique ticket. So now we're already playing the game of like every NFT is fairly unique in the sense of there's only 50 of that version. But now we're starting to look at like, if the festival planner is really excited about having all these different unique aspects to their NFT ticket, you could literally sell 1,000 NFTs to say a comic book convention. All 1,000 are completely different and unique. For guys like us, like that's really cool because like we grew up, either collecting comic books or collecting baseball cards. Now you're talking about having a one-off unique that's only under our contract address to verify that it was an official ticket for that event. And then it could be a one-off unique out of 1,000 or even more. It's cool stuff. Like we're excited about this. Like this is we're not hoping that we want to make this as simple as possible, easy NFT tickets, and then where it's going to grow from there. Like people are going to love this stuff. I think from the novelty, even like the keepsake aspect of it, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because then it's a different game. It's actually, you're leveling up the NFT game, you're leveling up the ticket game, events game. I mean, this is so there is a plan to scale up, is what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, not even a question that this is the final. I mean, I was on the phone with Danny for 2 hours prior to this AMA, and you call it a disease, I guess, because the two of us can't stop thinking about what's the next step. Okay, this is a great. I go back to this a lot. Going back to like, you're on the board of directors, so when we're having board of director conversations back in November, it's like build the foundation well, build it with strategic goals, strategic obtainable goals. Once we meet those goals and the foundation is there, then we can really start expanding upon it. I think we've gotten to this foundation, 4 months since launch to the day. Think about that. We launched 4 months ago to the day on January 20th. It's May 20th. 4 months in, and we've released our primary utility. And yes, that's why we have many conversations with the guys from like Nobility and Lunar, ones that have experience in scaling, because we will scale this. We are going to obviously have to up our game as far as payment processing and up our game as far as database management, because those are just aspects of this. Like it's easy to manage even 1,000 or 10,000 different submissions. It gets very, very difficult to start managing 100 to 1,000,000 of these tickets. And that's the intention in the plan, that, realistically looking at, May 20th of 2023, I would like to say that we have met one of those goals of selling potentially 1,000,000 tickets. 1,000,000 tickets from EverTix is not an astronomical goal when you start looking at the number of platforms that are out there that do it well, and that are charging the fees that we're charging. It's actually obtainable and realistic. So was there any, I see Jeremy, I see you had unmuted. Did you have a question, bud?
Yes, sir. Actually, I just bought some NFTs off the EverTix site right now. It worked out pretty good.
We knew you would. So those tickets will be airdropped after this AMA. It's not going to be specifically automated the same way in the same process. We have to click confirm to make sure that they're being sent out, because as opposed to the automation that you see on the marketplace, what we need to make sure on the back end of when the ticket comes in, one, will verify that the payment went through. Secondly, we'll verify that it's a real BSC wallet. And that's the other aspect. With some people buying it with fiat versus buying it with crypto, we want to manage all of the expectations. So typically it'll probably be within anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes that the NFT ticket will show up in the wallet. It'll be a little bit more delayed than if you're buying it on our marketplace. But that's the reason why, because a lot of people, you're kind of old school now, right? Like you're pretty up on the BSC NFT game. Some of the people that'll be buying this will be buying it for the first time. We want to make sure that they're protected, that they're giving us the correct address, and that we're sending it out to a verified BSC wallet, just so that the initial experience for them goes smooth. So you will see a little bit of delay, but then that NFT ticket will appear here shortly.
Sounds good to me.
Any other questions? I don't see any other hands raised in the crowd. But, well, that's 42 minutes already. Danny, I'll default to you. Did you have any other aspects or any other things that you wanted to share?
Man, you deep dived into everything. You did an excellent job explaining everything as usual. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really excited for all this. The potential is absolutely huge. It appeals to crypto and non-crypto alike, which is a huge, unbelievable market. So, yeah, I'm excited.
It's a cool thing. Hello, this is Noodles.
Yeah, I replied.
I would highly recommend everybody check it out. Like we said, the ticketing platform is live. More events will be coming and listed over the next couple of weeks. If you have an event and you're interested in actually selling tickets, I definitely highly suggest you create either a vendor account or potentially a ticket purchaser account. Message us on live chat if you have any questions. And yeah, I know that we covered a lot. This will be recorded. It will be posted onto YouTube as kind of the quick overview. There will probably be a few aspects of this AMA that will splice up into shorter little segments so that it's like 30-second to 1 minute clips that we can post out there on Twitter and onto some of the socials. Mostly, we haven't done too many of these short clip updates in the past, but this is much more relevant information. This is like cutting to the chase of like, hey, we're NFT tickets. We want to represent not only BSC, but like we can do this with any chain. So this is multi-chain, that if people want to get into selling tickets on Polygon, or if they want to sell tickets on another platform, you can meet with our development team and then we can build it out. Starting out, it's all BSC. But as we move forward, and if somebody has that specifically, we've seen some of our fellow aligned projects moving over to Polygon, some of them that are doing stuff with AVAX. So this is opening up kind of like what EP said, to asking like maybe the most important question of all: do we plan on growing this? And is this the done and only product? No, far from it. This is the foundation. The foundation's built. We have an outstanding team that's working their butts off to develop this stuff faster and faster, and also building out those other utilities that you can use within the EverReflect ecosystem. But this is an exciting day. This is going to be something that we're going to see really, I think, become one of the leaders as far as projects that represent a specific industry. I think as you guys know, that we've really been strategic about making sure that we have all of these partnerships and all these other projects that we're aligned with. Those will continue to grow. And a lot of that is so that they know us, they know our team, and And then if anything comes up as far as conventions or events, we are your ticketing company. This is what we do. We do ticketing, we make it easy, and we do it with NFTs. So with that being said, I will do one last scan to see if there's any other questions. I don't see any others, but want to just say how grateful we are. Thank you for everybody that stayed here with EverReflect, that has supported this project, that supported this team. The market's down, and we actually we held fast. Like that's pretty noble, and the number of people that have staked their tokens. Now we can start injecting it in some BNB with buyback and burn into the liquidity pool to help you guys that have really been truly ardent and truly committed to us to see that liquidity pool grow. So if you have any other questions, shoot us a message in the chat. We will be on Twitter Space later tonight doing a similar AMA and then posting some other information. But this YouTube video will be posted within the next few hours. And thank you. Thank you so much for your guys' time, your support. Noodles, you are the man. Love you like a brother. Thank you for all the work you do tirelessly, and I appreciate it because I know you have a family that you're busy with as well. So
hey, thank you for putting up with me.
You're easy. Way easier than putting up with, say, like my dad. So
hey, look, my fiance says, she thanks you for taking me off her hands. So
yeah, fair enough.
True story. I'm not joking.
I do. I was gonna say I do take you away from that quite a bit, but it's probably so that you're not annoying her with BSC scans and transactions and plugins. So
but she's getting into it now, so it's going to be a wild ride.
She's been a big supporter and even tweeting out for us, so we appreciate that a ton. So
she's a trooper.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your time, Danny. Thank you, all the board members, all
and everyone.
Admin, everybody that's here. You guys are the best, and we will talk to you guys all soon.
Hey, EJ, I was going to buy lunch.
Oh, yeah, I know. Are you waiting outside?
Yep. After that last statement, I don't know. You might have to buy lunch.
He was going to buy lunch. All right. Looks like I'm buying lunch today. All right. I'll see you in a few minutes, Dad. Everybody else, I will see you guys. Twitter Space later tonight. We'll set the scheduled meeting up probably around 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. This will be a very improv, off the cuff, so that if anybody wants to come in and just ask more direct questions, it'll be a low-key kind of probably not even recorded AMA, just an open session on Twitter to ask any questions and hopefully start building this foundation and growing it more and more. So appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for your time, and I will talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.